Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable examiners of this internship report examination, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Mr. or Mrs. Chief Examiners, Expert Examiners, Mrs. Dr. I Gusti Ketut Agung Ulupui S.E. MSI AKCA as the Coordinator of Study Program Bachelor of Accounting State University of Jakarta, and Mrs. Hera Hairunisa S.A. MAK as the Supervising Lecturer of Internship Report. In this special occasion, let me introduce myself. I am Indriyani Puspaningrum, a student of Bachelor of Accounting 2019, State University of Jakarta, Faculty of Economics, with the registered number 17066190003. I would like to thank the examiners for giving me the opportunity to present my internship report in the title Field Work Practice or Internship Report in Public Accounting Firm Muhammad Yuditama Al-Kautsar. My internship report consists of 4 chapters. There are Introduction, General Overview of Fieldwork Practices, Implementation of Fieldwork Practices, and the 4th is Closing. Now, I'm gonna start the discussion about the topic. First, I'm gonna share about the first topic or first chapter, Introduction. Point 1. Background of Fieldwork Practices. Industrial Revolution 4.0 to 5.0. The role of the professional accountant. Urgency of internship implementation. Now, I will discuss about the Industrial Revolution 4.0 to 5.0, demanding HR to play an active role in achieving the goals of renewable innovation by adapting quickly, precisely, and professionally in the field of accounting. This is relevant with the human-centered technology base make the concept of artificial intelligence replaceable to an internet media, which is formed from million data transformed in such a way demanding a human resource as a part that play an active role to achieve their changing social and economic behavior. And the second background about the role of the professional accountant is determinants of financial control, provider of financial information, help decision making, third parties information linking. This is relevant to financial reports that provide information to the public about the financial condition of one company or institution, so that the human resource must be reliable, professional, and adaptive in the field of accounting in general, techniques, fundamentals, interpersonal skills, understanding the scope of client company activities, audit risk controls, and others. And the third is urgency of internship implementation. FAUNGs, Bachelor of Accounting facilitates students to implement theories and align them in professional work practices. This is due to the fact that while on the lecture bench, especially in the accounting examination course, the focus was still only on theory, so that the practicant could know about the auditing software training had not been carried out optimally, so that the practitioner chooses a public accounting firm as an internship location to deepen various applied knowledge in the world of work, so as to acquire specific skills to be better prepared to pursue work in the world of auditing, both internally or externally. Chapter 1.2 Purposes of Fieldwork Practice. There are 5 purposes of the fieldwork practice. First is know how to work on client inspection using the working papers. Second, knowing how to do the forging and tracing account with sampling techniques. Third, knowing how to check account records and create confirmation letters with the third parties. Fourth, knowing how to recapitulate value-added tax or PPN accounts along with budget estimates and realization. Fifth, knowing how to check the result of stock option according to AUP or audit upon procedure on PDTT, pemeriksaan dengan tujuan tertentu. Chapter 1.3 Benefits of Fieldwork Practices. There are several benefits obtained from the implementation of internship at the Public Accountant Office of Muhammad Yudhitama Al-Kautsar, including the practitioner can do the job of examination working papers or KKP, forging and tracing with sampling techniques, account recording audit and confirmation letter with third party. Fourth, financial information recapitulation. And fifth, result check of stock option in accordance AUP on PDTT. Chapter 1.4 Place of implementation of fieldwork practice. Here are some information about my internship place. Name place, Kantor Akuntan Publik Muhammad Yudhitama Al-Kautsar, which leaded by Mr. Muhammad Yudhitama Al-Kautsar, SEAKCA CPA SAS. Working time Monday until Friday, 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Telephone 021 slash 847-8657. Email kap.mya2019@gmail.com. Address Komplek Jati Bening 2, Damar 4, number 15, 003/008, Jati Bening Baru, Pondok Gede, Bekasi City, West Java, postcode 17412. And the institution type is auditing and insurance, attestation, accounting and review, consulting and tax services. In the next slide, we will talk about reasons for selection of fieldwork practice. Practitioners have an interest in exploring the application of auditing outside from lecture theories. And practitioners want to know how to carry out work on KKP with Atlas or Audit Tools Link Archive System, PDTT, recapitulation of financial information, and making confirmation letters with third parties. Chapter 1.5 Fieldwork Practice Process. There are 3 processes. First, preparation, implementation, and third, reporting. In the preparation stage for applying an apprenticeship, practicant searching for information on public accounting firms domiciled in the Jabodetabek area in the directory of public accounting firms and public accountants by the Indonesian Institute of Public Accountants 2020. And then, since mid-February 2022, after obtaining socialization on the implementation of fieldwork practice by head of accounting study program, Faculty of Economics at University of Jakarta. The practicum file the attachment required in applying for an internship, and then apprehends the registration. The second step is implementation. Jobs due by work from office and implementation of internship in the first 3 months only on Monday and Friday, while the next 3 months due every day from Monday until Friday. And the practitioner also does overtime several times when there is work that requires fast collection time. And the last process is reporting. The reporting stage for the field work practice report at Muhammad Yuditama Al Kautsar Public Accounting Firm began in June 2022 and was completed at the end of November 2022. The activity began with compiling attachment files, reviewing apprenticeship guidelines, and guidance with university and field supervisors. Now I'm gonna move to the second chapter, General Overview of Fieldwork Practices. Chapter 2.1, Company or Institution Profile. History of KEP Muhammad Yuditama Al-Kautsar. In accordance with the P2PK permission from the head of Finance Ministry in the Republic of Indonesia, number 412/KM.1/2019, dated 6 August 2019. Muhammad Yuditama Al-Kautsar, SE, AK, CA, CPA, SAS, has a state registered accountant number or RNA 13045 along with a public accountant license number AP.0979. Muhammad Yuditama Al-Kautsar Public Accounting Firms is an individual financial accounting office that replaces the existence of the R.S. Muhammad Yusuf and Partners Public Accounting Firms, which has been established since September 1988. These public accounting firms' services include auditing and assurance, attestation, accounting and review, consulting, and tax services. Next, in vision, mission, and culture, or KAP Muhammad Yuditama Al-Kautsar. The vision is ensuring that the entity or organization is able to create certainty and business continuity in accordance with the business management system, with the mission presenting the realization of healthy, accountable, plain, controlled business climate according to professionalism service standards, presenting positive alternative and construction of inspection service according to the initial, moderate, and evaluation analysis provided. And last is present alternative solution according to the needs, situation, and conditions of service users effectively and efficiently. And the culture is giving the best service according to independence and inspection standards. Chapter 2.2, Organizational Structure of KAP Muhammad Yuditama Al-Kautsar. Here is the top is partner. The audit partner is the leader role who is responsible for all assignment in the public accounting firm, implementation of audits and consultations. Next is senior manager, which charge supervising the running of the audit process and ensuring that all cooperation with clients can be carried out properly in the organized manner. Next is manager or supervisor, which directly responsible to the senior manager for implementation and effective audit performance. Next is supervisor. Supervisor is in charge of overseeing the performance of all lines of office of at KFP which have been going well under and providing consultants on the manager evaluation of the running of company activities. Next is manager auditor. The auditor manager is responsible for preparing the distribution of assignments to senior auditors and junior auditors, for the following step must be carried out in auditing client companies by taking into account attitude of professionalism and independency of auditor. And senior auditor is aligning all division of labor and detailed information from the auditor manager submitted to the junior auditor. And the last one is junior auditor, which carry out the assignments that have been prepared by senior auditor in the work review tend to be detailed. Chapter 2.3 Field of Business of the Public Accounting Firm Muhammad Yudhitama Al-Kautsar. Audit services are one of the general activities carried out by the public accounting firm of Muhammad Yudhitama Al-Kautsar by ensuring that the audit process is carried out based on auditing standards, guidelines published by Indonesian Institute of Certified Public Accountants or IAPI in providing a statement on the fairness presentation of financial statements. In the audit services, there are general audit, management audit, special audit or PDTT, audit as agreed upon procedure, and investigative audits. Second is attestation services, which provision of projected final reports, reporting on financial performance information, and final report on the company's internal control structure. Attestation services is the form of providing a statement of professional, competent, and independent opinion and judgment using the line with the assertions used by the client entity or organization. Next to the third field is accounting services and review, which is compilation of preparation, review on the client's financial statement and existence of services other accounting. Preparation of financial reports according to occurrence by validity considering business continuity and the checking of the financial reports that comply with accounting and taxes standards. Next to the fourth field, consultation services. Consulting service present the presentation of findings, final conclusion, along with recommendation to provide the best opinions for solving problems related to accounting and finance. Here is the recommendation for solving problems regarding accounting and then finance consultation. First, accounting system design. Next, financial proposal design. Designing project feasibility studies or certainty projects. And last is designing the implementation of education and training activities. And the last field is tax services, which consists of tax planning, initial calculation, review, recalculation of corporate, employee, and individual tax obligation, assistance in filling out client tax returns with the client tax issues, and the last is provisions of other tax consulting services. The tax services related to the tax issues that play an important role in the client's routine business cycle. Now, we're gonna move to the Chapter 3 implementation of field work practices. Chapter 3.1 Work Field. The practitioner's implementation work field at Muhammad Yudhitama Al-Kautsar public accounting firms, which carried out for 80 working days, starting from March 4 until August 31, 2022. During the implementation, the practitioner placed as the junior auditor internship, namely the field work as executor of financial statements audits. The practitioners have 5 tasks carried out, while the fieldwork practices, including perform preparation for inspection worksheets for notes before B5, B6, and D1 to D25 worksheets. Perform voting and tracing for income and expense accounts, making bank confirmation letters and account receivables with third parties, performing the recapitulation conformity of information on SPT PPH Article 21 and 26, SPT Masa VAT or Valuable Added Tax, employee salary accounts, assets, and also debt. The last is checking the results of client stock in accordance with AUP or agreed upon procedure or accounting examination with special purposes, PDTT. Okay, now we're gonna move to the chapter 3.2 work implementation. 3.2.1 Performing the preparation of client examination worksheets for notes worksheets before B5, B6, and D1 to D5. In this assignment, the practitioner was introduced for the first time to working with the Atlas 2.1 or Audit Tools Linked Archive System application, which was modified based on the standardization Muhammad Yudhitama Al-Kautsar public accounting forms. Audit working papers are known as audit elements in the accounting records used to conclude significant auditing issues. The purpose is preparing the client's KKP or working papers to document the examination client's financial statement in accordance with auditing standards. The basis of auditing findings and authentic evidence for determining an audit opinion. The input we use the financial reports and supporting documents such as notes before B5, B6, and D1 to D5 worksheets are in the form of company notary deeds, company financial reports, including the balances, profit and loss, changes equity, cash flow, fixed assets, general ledger, and trial balance, and several supporting documents obtained directly from the auditee. After that, we're gonna move to the process, completion and adjustment of financial report information and supporting documents. Work on working papers starts with notes, testing of initial balances, financial statement before and after the audit adjustments, journals, and the last stage is viewing the existence of occurrence, completeness, assessments and allocation, disclosure, rights, obligation. And the output of this work implementation is audited inspections working papers. which will be given directly to auditor manager to be reviewed before finally being attached to the audit partner. 3.2.2 Performing forging and tracing of income and expense accounts. The purposes forging is considered very important to be carried out by auditor in carrying out the accounting inspection process because it has the aims to proving the accuracy of recording with the condition that occur in the client entity or company. While the focus purpose of tracing activities is to test the completeness, cutting off the recording period accounting to recognize date and assess the level of accuracy transaction recording the client's internal and external documents. Trace the management of valid evidence towards financial records is a must. Next to the input, both forging and tracing use the financial statement in the one company and supporting documents. The next process of forging is carried out confirmation and also inquiries for sampling inspection. The stages of forging are request information or confirmation from the third parties certain audit evidence. The processes of asking verbally for the validity of the evidence that has been obtained. So, to create transparent accounting inspection process that actually occur at the client company by recording them in the financial statement. Third, determine the number of samples needed to the test of control, which is testing on internal evidence according to the formulation on the Atlas application. And the last is proof that all transactions records on the client's business, both income account, have been properly recorded. And then the processes of the tracing as carry out checks for conformity or conformity of evidence with the financial records. The stage of tracing is asked for proof of the transactions directly to the client so we can ensure that the information contained in the general ledger has completely with compilation of information in the trial balance. And the output, both forging and also tracing, is results of sample testing data, test of control, and test of transactions. Now we're gonna move to the 3.2.3, making bank confirmation letters and trade receivables with third parties. The purpose is to reconcile bank account records and receivable to make the confirmation with the third parties, which is the input are general journals, ledgers, balance sheet, sales invoices, bank statements, and other relevant evidence, which we should know about the processes. Study the elements of every account receivable confirmation form and third parties banks. Then, the practitioner should checking the recording of the balance sheet of the bank balance and receivable, also making the bank confirmation forms, which could be giving the output of bank confirmation letter and receivable confirmation letter. Okay, now we're gonna move to the next discussion. 3.2.4 Recapitulate conformity of information on SPT PPH Article 21 and or Article 26 SPT Masa VAT or PPN Employee Salary Accounts Assets and Debt. We use the input of KKP and evidence used in journalizing. This assignment used to provide confidence for the auditor in the testing suitability for the information processed by auditor manager through recapitulation in the form of a general journal used to carry out the special accounting checks. We need the input implementation of the recapitulation is in the form of working papers and journal information in the form of SPT PPH, SPT Masa PPN, employee salary account, assets, and client debt. The processes is recapitulate information on evidence. The process is only recapitulate all information based on the evidences, and the output is general journal containing the results of information recapitulation on the evidence used. So we should ensuring the suitability of financial evidence information properly. The last session 3.2.5 checking clients stock opname according to AUP or procedure on accounting examination with a specific purpose or PDTT. The purpose is obtain a final audit opinion on AUP or PDTT. The purposes of carrying out and auditing with a specific purpose with the use of the agreed upon procedure, namely based on the result of stock taking. Input, we use the raw materials and finished goods reports, purchase orders, and results of stock opname. The process is we should gathering the evidence, journalizing it, and analysis. The fraud detection work on the discrepancies between the relevant evidences. And then we know the output of this part is finding the fraud detection that ready to be submitted to the client's company's managements. Now we're gonna move to the chapter 3.3, 3.4, obstacle encountered and how to overcome obstacles. In the first obstacle, difficulty using the Atlas application. In filling out the audit working paper using Atlas or audit tool link archive system application, the practitioners experience a little difficulty in understanding how to use it because the use Atlas in this public accounting firm is still in the development only stage and has not been fully used in the process of auditing financial statements. So, how to overcome obstacles is to independent practice and discussion with seniors. The practitioner carry out independent exercise and ask directly to senior auditors manager to accelerate understanding of the flow of accounting checks in each worksheet. The second obstacle is delay in confirming client evidence. There is delay in the client's answering in the process of giving or answering data confirmation due to client's business in providing evidence of accounting audits to the auditor. And how to overcome obstacles? The practical do follow up and be proactive confirmation answers. The practitioner increase the activities of follow up to the auditor manager for the data requested by the client. The way to overcome this obstacle also has compatibility with the theory of the type of communication, which has a significant positive effect on the processing, collecting audit evidence by Hidayat and Cynthia Utami 2018. Next, to the 3.5 gaps of knowledge and skills acquired by practitioners in the field. The first is simplification of lecture material with practice in the field, and then lack of audit practice used of atlas in lectures. This is caused by the many auditing practices that are simplified from the entire material delivered by the lectures during lecture, as well as the minimal process of auditing practices in the classroom learning. So, the next is 3.6 is practice contribution to AAP or public accounting firms. The first, sum of contribution that made by the practitioner to public accounting office of Muhammad Yudhitama Al-Kautsar during the work practice activities including compile inspection working papers, helping the work of auditors for audit and non-audit clients, and the last is streamlining the administrative process at KAP or public accounting firm. Now we're gonna move to the last chapter or chapter 4, closing. Chapter 4.1 and chapter 4.2, conclusion. In the field work practice program, which has been carried out for 80 days at the public accounting firm of Muhammad Yudhitama Al-Kautsar, has provided a lot of knowledge and experience to the practitioner, both theoretically and practically in the field of accounting examination. The knowledge and experience gained can be a provision of practitioners to be able to make a real contribution in the real of work in the future. During the mandate to become a junior auditor internship, the practitioner gains insight regarding the implementation of general audits, special audits, and taxations. Gain knowledge in working such as filling the working papers, coaching and tracing, making confirmation letters, general journal recapitulation, and do the special audit or PDTT. Next, the recommendation. Carrying out briefings or outreach to each study program in more organized manner several months prior to implementation of field practice is giving to the Faculty of Economics. Giving the socialization implementation of internship, optimizing company cooperation, and division of monitoring tasks. And for the KAP Muhammad Yudhitama Al-Kautsar, be more conducive and comfortable work environment, obtaining data access directly to the client, and providing consulting permission for the preparation of internship report on risky job information for the publication. So, the practicant can carry out the optimization of close cooperation in the several related institution, organization, and then also companies. So, the practicant can carry out the internship activities, implement a more integrated division, supportive and supervisory duties administrative, as well as the related information for every single person. Well, thank you so much for your greatest attention. I hope those that I have been shared get the beneficial for all of us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone.